I always start with a positive note. I always start with a salute to a farmer who is now growing 400 million tons of food in India, and we are almost reached 400 million tons of fruits and vegetables and spices. So it is a great achievement. You know, like nobody is suffering nobody is dying without food. We are, you know, like excess for 4 years. Even we don't get rains for 4 years, we are self-sufficient. So that is the status of India. We are indeed increased by more than 40-50x when it comes to the like 37 million tons when we got independence. Today it is 400 million tons. So absolutely it is the science and the farmers and the scientists, everyone contributed this, like a great salute to everyone. And as I initially told, our agriculture produce, our producers are the best. Please don't think that, you know, like if you take the highest pesticides in the world, it is the America first. We are in the 12th position actually. We are in 12th position. America followed by Japan, Vietnam, all developed countries. So don't ever think that our produce is bad, something like that, which is all, you know, like WhatsApp universities. So of course, see, as I said, I don't really, you know, like compare our farming with yeah, please.
Clarity is not there this time.
But
something we done. Clarity.
Clarity. I will like switch off. See, this is what is I thought, you know, like urban farm. I mean, like a terrace garden, or you know, like urban. So we should always, you know, think about, you know, like soilless cultivation, where we have a less land and water. We have a, you know, like now everybody talks about climate change. Yes, of course, now we are saying that a lot of climate change is there. Now we have to use less fertilizers, less pesticides. Then we have now 98 smart cities are there. Urban population is increasing. So the other one is the food miles, because now after this war, now we are coming a big problem with the petrol and diesel, where our food is traveling. So that we have to reduce. So because see now from Simla we are getting the potatoes from North India. It's almost travels 3,000 kilometers. So 1 kg of potato travels from Simla to Bangalore. It takes a lot of, you know, like mileage. So that is where, you know, like WHO and everybody now struggling to reduce the food miles. And this is again one more thing which we are. Then higher nutritious. I'll tell you like how we can really go for higher nutritious. And these are all, you know, possible now with the soil cultivation, because now there are technologies. Of course, I do agree with the 𝗕𝗵𝗲, but I'll show you 𝗕𝗵𝗲. Like now we have tailor-made technologies for the Indian also. I know that, you know, like most of the companies they have closed down, but in India also, in Bangalore, around 36 hydroponic units was there. I was a consultant. Most of them they have closed down not because of technology. It is because of rate. Because the person who is growing, you know, like for 10 rupees he gives a kg of spinach, and a hydroponics fellow he has to sell it for 100 rupees. So he is not able to sustain. Otherwise, the technologies are there, tailor-made technologies are there for even a small, this one also. So in this another 15 minutes, I am going to highlight these things. What type of structures can be used, like whether really we can, we have to manipulate light and shade, whether what type of water we have to use, what type of containers we have to use, then media, then seeds and seedlings, fertilizers, pests, all these I am going to cover. So if you have questions, you can ask me. I love to take questions. So coming to the structures, like what type of structures we have to use. So many people ask me whether it requires polyhouse, you know, like on the top, whether I have to require polyhouse, or what type of like hydroponic structures is required, what type of aeroponic structures are required. So it is a simple thing, absolutely. You can grow without any structures, we can grow just on an open terrace also you can grow. If you have structures, it is very good. And I tell you where structure is required, where structures are not required. And in summer in Bangalore, most of the vegetables can be grown from January to December without any problem. Bangalore climate is such a nice climate. All the vegetables can be grown throughout the year without any problem. And the only thing you have to slightly manipulate the light. Not you don't directly need to manipulate, but there are some technologies where we can really manipulate the light. And this is a small structure which is there on my terrace. So this structure I made it exclusively for hydroponics and aeroponics to keep inside. Otherwise, only thing is whenever you make a structure, please ask your engineer, because the wind capacity, wind speed, all these things you have to think about it, and then you have to make structure where the wind is not really, because on the terraces it is very dangerous to make structures, like wind may take it. So otherwise, if wind is, like an engineer can suggest a small structure is enough for a small hydroponic and aeroponic unit. Otherwise, you can grow just like this. This is a vertical farming which the patent is with me. Of course, the structures are everywhere without, even though I have a patent. So we have made beautiful, structures where it can really suit your apartment. Even if you have a 5 by 7 space on east side or west side, this type of structures will fit, and you can grow a lot of your soap-borne vegetables. Of course, this we wanted to do it commercialized and gladiolas. But most of my stuff, I have these structures also in my house, vertical structures, and otherwise this is like what I am growing on my terrace. See, what I did was, I just growing this thermocol boxes, which is very difficult to eliminate. People just throw, they trash it. It is a big hazardous. So these thermocol boxes are 10 years old. Absolutely no problem. They will not degrade. Unlike plastic, they will not degrade. Only thing you have to, make 1 feet stand. On 1 feet stand you have to keep. Otherwise, seepage will be a problem. So if you make 1 feet stand and keep this thermocol and just use Cocopeat and compost. Each box, even though each box, it is hardly weighs around 20 to 25 kgs. So absolutely without any problem, on open terrace you can do it. You can see here the grow bags which are kept on the terrace. This is a very bad. That is why most of the terrace gardens are closed, because when you keep directly on the ground, on the terrace, a lot of seepage problems will come. So you keep just on 1 feet stand, then your problem of seepage is solved. Absolutely, you don't feel any seepage at all. So then coming to second, this light and shade. See, in Bangalore, we get around 1,10,000 lux, normal light, say lux. So nowadays, of course, in scientists, they measure in different terms, but in normal term, we call it as a lux. So in Bangalore, we get around 1 lakh to 1.1, and you can see tomato, chili, brinjal, gourds. That means around 70,000 lux is required. So this you grow during your summer. And coming to beans, cabbage, cauliflower, beet, they require around 40 to 60, and leafy vegetables around 30. So you can just keep what on east side, west side, on these depending on the type of vegetables. Otherwise, you need not alter anything on your terrace. Absolutely nothing is required. Only during summer, probably temporary shade if you give, that is more than enough. Temporary shade. And nowadays, even there is one small type of cloth is coming, that is called a crop cover. It is available in Amazon. You just put a crop cover on the between 11 to 3 o'clock on all your plants. It will not damage the plants, and you take it out. So that is simple. You need not alter anything just for light side. So this is my second. Coming to the third, which is very important. Of course, Chanakya sir is here. Now he is converting the grey. So even though the rainwater is the best, if you harvest the rainwater, that is the best water for gardening. That is the best, and it is like an amruta. Kaveri water is best, but I don't advise, because Kaveri water comes from 100 kilometers. So I don't advise you to use it for gardening. It is for other purposes. See, if you have a borewell, if your borewell TDS, it is called total dissolvable salts. If your TDS is less than 400, it is very good. If it is around 500 to 1000, still you can make your garden without any problem. Between 1000 to 1500, it is manageable by using some small, like mixing water and so many things. If it is more than 1500, it is not suitable. Lot of your problem comes, the plant will not grow properly, lot of deficiencies will come. So many will ask me whether RO wastewater which is there, whether I can use it. Yes, of course you can use it. But if your borewell is already 1500, that RO wastewater also will be more than 1500. So it is not advisable. Depending on you will get a TDS made for 2000 rupees. So high TDS is very difficult to manage. But if you have a rain harvesting, if you rain harvest the water and mix this high TDS water, definitely it will. So a thumb rule is that if your borewell is more than 1000 feet, definitely it will have a high TDS. So this is one thing. If your borewell water is around 500 to 600 feet, then it is a good water. So this is a thumb rule. So coming to the type of containers, as 𝗕𝗵𝗲𝗧 told, we have we have worked out a lot of structures which is exclusively tailor-made. So as I said, even if you have a 5 by 7 feet, that is enough. If you have 10 feet also, we can make it. It's all tailor-made. Hydroponics we can make. Hydroponics new system we have made. It is called big system. Then all these systems I have on my terrace. So I am time tested, and I made it a sort of like that. This can be fit anywhere, whatever the space which you give, we can fit in there. And these are the type of structures which we can really think about, and whether it is an apartment or a terrace or anywhere, like on balcony or anywhere. So these are the system which I will just go. See, this is a big system, of course. If you want, you can have two also. So small hydroponic system also I have with a just like 10 or 20, like just two pipe system. Then this is another thing. Even if you have space of 5 by 7, this system can be fit into it, and most of your leafy vegetables can be grown here. It is only leafy vegetables can be grown here. And this is the big system. As I said, if you want to go on 15 days vacation, so just we made a small wick on that pot, and that wick is dipped in the water, and a timer is there. So even if you don't come for 15 days, the timer will take care of water, and the plants will grow. Just after after 1 month also you can come and harvest your water. So this is also tailor-made. Whatever the space you give, we can really like make a tailor-made. This is a very good system, especially for the people who are going out frequently on vacation. Big system. It can be adapted to any small pot, big pot, and different pot. This is called ebb and flow. I only made this system where a pipe, there will be a pipe, the water will go, 1 inch water will be there always, and if 2 inches is there, water will come, and again it goes. So this is also a system where you can grow bigger plants also. So there only like smaller plants here, even bigger plants also like tomato, brinjal, chili, all these plants can be grown here. And this is of course like aeroponics, which again I only tailor-made. So this almost 120 pots, small, especially this 𝗕𝗵𝗲𝗧, spinach and all can be grown. We can keep on the open terrace also without any problem. And this is also like completely like automated system. You need not be there. Even 1 week if you are not there also, the plants will go on their own. This can be kept in somewhere like east or west or whatever, whichever the place, and the plants will grow without any problem. So this is a system where we made it for Gujarat, where most of the houses now they have a centralized AC. You can just keep this system which I have shown earlier in your AC room or next to your dining table, and give light. So these lights also we have standardized, like how many lights is required, and we have standardized. It requires a good temperature AC, and you just keep it next to your dining table, and you can just eat without any problem. Even without washing also you can eat. And this is a system where like with Gujarati company, I made tailor-made, and now he is selling this type of like structures where they can keep 1 or 2 structures in home, and you can make your own like spinach or lettuce and different types of leafy vegetables can be grown. And of course this is another thing where on open terrace, this is also automatic system. There will be around 100 liters of water is there in the pipe, and it keeps circulating, just you have to sprinkle the seeds. It will take care. It is the same, so especially for the 𝗪𝗪𝗪 system. And this is again vertical system. Just if you have a space of 5 into 7 system, this vertical system can be used. See, the slope is very important, the type of media which we are using, these are all standardized without any much. And a simple system again I made, it is on my terrace. These are all there on my terrace. A small again system, like with drip irrigation as well as big irrigation. So you can grow all your vegetables here, whatever the type of vegetables which you have. So this is a type of structures which is very well fit into your system of whether it is an open terrace or your apartments, whatever spaces. Coming to the media, see, this is very important. What I suggest is soil, if you use, you have a problem, because soil is, even though it is a very good, the soil is a living thing, soil is very good, but you have inherent problems with the soil, because once if you have a terrace, the weight is more. Then if the plant is grown, when you pluck, the soil will be very compact, very difficult to eliminate, and so many things. And if you have a root rots, it will continuously, root rots, you cannot eliminate it from the soil. Whereas in Cocopeat and all other compost, there is no problem at all. See, most of the people now they use horse manure, sheep manure, especially Maoris they bring, like horse manure, so sheep manure, everything can be used. It is only thing is it should be well decomposed. See, most of the cow dung they bring which are raw. So during decomposition, the pH will increase, reduce to almost 2.5 to 3. So that is why most of the plants will not come. So if you have a good, manure with a 50% Cocopeat, it suffices. Otherwise, there are very good peat moss per line. They are all very expensive. I don't advise because peat moss is almost 125 rupees a kg. But a simple Cocopeat with vermicompost take care of your entire terrace garden without any problem. See, this is one, like just if you have a Cocopeat, just this is a 𝗬𝗎 plant, just remove it, you just shake it, entire Cocopeat will go. That will not happen in soil, which will become very compact. So kindly avoid soil so that half of your problems will be solved if you avoid the soil. So that definitely there is other things. See, Cocopeat also when you buy, see this is normally a Cocopeat is undecomposed, Cocopeat will decompose. You will get this type of yellow. That means that you have a Cocopeat problem. So nowadays, of course, Cocopeat, very good Cocopeats are available. Otherwise, within 1 or 2 months, Cocopeat will decompose and you can use it. But inherent problems also will Cocopeat if you are buying a bad Cocopeat from the shop. Then coming to the seeds and seedlings, this is where actually, like as I said, this is called open pollinated, normal seeds. Whenever you go to a friend's place, you just pluck one part or 2 parts you bring. And if they are very good heirloom varieties are there like 𝗕𝗲𝗧, whatever, you can bring those seeds. They are called open pollinated seeds. You can make plants from them. But you will get some hybrid seeds. Hybrid seeds are the one which you get in shops or Amazon, where you cannot make plants out of these hybrid seeds. And there are F1 hybrid seeds, again mostly farmers use. This also now you will get in Amazon. They are high yielders, very good yielders. If you give fertilizers, they yield, like each tomato plant will give up to 20 kgs also, F1 hybrid plant. Whereas a normal hybrid or a normal open pollinated will give around 2 kgs, 3 kgs. F1 hybrid will give 20 kgs. So there are farmers are growing. But I suggest, like open pollinated and hybrid seedlings are available in, so buy only open seed pollinated and don't try to save the seeds. If your packet, if it is there on F1 hybrid or hybrid, don't try to save those seeds because when you put those seeds, you will not get the same plant. They change, the segregation, they will segregate. So open pollinated, whenever you visit somewhere, if you feel that they are good, plug them, bring them. Then nowadays, lot of seedlings the people are raising. There are nurseries, they raise the seedling. You just take the seedlings from them, and there are many where beans and all you can directly sow it. Otherwise, seedlings you can buy from nurseries. So coming to the fertilizer, again, I have a small difference with, like many people, like they say organic, that only you should not use any fertilizers, anything like that. But as an agriculture scientist, we found that there is nothing wrong in using fertilizers. There is nothing wrong in, because fertilizers, when we give it to the plant, inorganic fertilizer, they will be converted by the plant and the plant will give it as a protein or an organic only. It will never give, when you put DAP, it will not give as DAP, it will give as a protein only. So there is nothing wrong in, putting a fertilizer. Of course, I don't say that, like use pesticide, but when it comes to fertilizers, like very good fertilizers are available now. See, there are organic fertilizers, organic like biofertilizers are like 𝗕𝗵𝗲𝗍, 𝗕𝗲𝗏𝗧, Pseudomonas, all these fertilizers are available. They are very good. Absolutely, there is no problem. But if you want to really your plant to grow very well, you have to use some inorganic fertilizers. So there are normal fertilizers like DAP, like 19 or 20 all is there available in shop, which is around 15 rupees a kg. And now beautiful, excellent water soluble fertilizers are there. You have to use only just 1 gram of fertilizer and you just have to spray. Sir, I'll take it. Yeah. So these are, like fertilizers. So very good fertilizers are available. So don't think that if you just spray fertilizer and eat that fruit, nothing will happen. Because a lot of micronutrients are there in the fertilizers. So if you eat micronutrients, nothing will happen. So it is a myth that we are eating a lot of inorganic fertilizers. It is very bad. Of course, it is bad in soil. That is a big topic. Like where a lot of fertilizers have used, the blocks have become, the soils have become very alkaline. That is by farmers. But when it comes to the terrace garden, a low quantity of inorganic fertilizers if you use, your terrace will become very well actually. See, this is like normal fertilizers, which is called DAP, 𝗕𝗏𝗏, 𝗨𝗏𝗏, NPK. These are NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, which is required, and there are micronutrients, and those are water soluble. It is all available, so there is nothing wrong in using it. Absolutely, there is no. You can take it from me. You just spray fertilizer, you give that bend immediately, nothing will happen. So it is not, like it is a myth. Okay. Then like see, this is how you just put your fertilizer and water it. So the plant will take. So you need not bother anything. Like you have to mix up. It will dissolve very, very nicely. So you can grow even see curry patta. I am growing. All the plants of vegetables I am growing on my terrace without any much problem. If at all some people has got some sort of that I have to use soil. Yes, just use some 50 grams of soil. That's all. Don't use too much of it, because soil has got an inherent capacity to grow microbes. Yes, if you have that sentiment, you put some soil, red soil, which is around 50 grams. Don't put more soil into the terrace garden. So these are all the things which I have grown. These are the things which safely you can grow without any problem, like lettuce, chili, almost all vegetables can be grown on terrace without any much problem. So coming to pest and disease, again it is a myth that like a lot of pesticides we have to spray, nothing like that. See, one thing you have to say that there are insects will be there. So if you allow insects also to eat 25% of your produce, 75% you can use by yourself. There are diseases which is not will not cause you fortune. They maybe 10%, 20% of your plants may die out of diseases. So I don't recommend any fungicides, but I recommend insecticides, because see, especially when you have aphids, thrips, mites, leaf miner, whiteflies, you will never get any produce. So there is a spray of like insecticides. See, if you spray an insecticide on this, there is one insecticide called Tracer, okay, spinoside. It is absolutely, there is no, it is not a dangerous insecticide. So there are many insecticides, they are not dangerous. They are called contact insecticide. Just you will go and kill the bug. So if you wash, that insecticide will go. There are insecticides, they are called systemic insecticide. They are the one which is bit, like dangerous. But when we cook vegetables, no insecticides will be there. So please don't think that. See, if you see a caterpillar, either you take it physically, kill it. Otherwise, you can spray a little insecticide. See, these are the effects. Very, very difficult. Like almost all the plants they will attack. So if you spray a small insecticide, like Tracer. Tracer is the organic insecticide. Of course, it is by bioenzyme from the insects only. They will take care of this. This is a leaf miner. Again, it is a big problem in most of the terrace gardens. So this is again mealybug. Most of my terrace people say that this way mealybug is a problem. So these are all either physically you can catch and kill, or use insecticide. You can call me, I will give my number. I will give a very safe insecticide. See, only thing is, insecticide will not stay in Cocopeat. Insecticide will stay in soil for 15 to 20 days. Whereas in Cocopeat, they will not stay. They will just leach out without any problem. So systemic insecticide, even if it comes to your beans, say suppose when you cook your beans, insecticide will degrade with 100 degrees. So there is not much problem. And still, if you want to take more cautious, you don't spray insecticide on your fruits or vegetables. You spray on the plant leaf, nothing will happen. So this is again whitefly. This is also a big problem. Very difficult to grow with this type of bugs or insecticide. There are plenty of insects, which trouble you, and diseases also, like lot of viral diseases are there. This is mildew. Just caustic soda, if you spray, this mildew will go. So this is again, if you keep doing it, definitely you can control without any much problem. So again, deficiencies will be there. As I said, if you put NPK and micronutrients, you keep spraying, these deficiencies will not come. This is all, if you want to do farming, this you have to take care. On terrace garden, don't worry if your leaf looks little yellow, you don't bother much. You keep spraying, nothing will happen, and your produce you will get it. So this is all, as I said, aeroponics, even you can just put it on inside your house. Water will be there on the back side, and you just put light, it will become. And these are all, they're all big irrigated plants. And probably in Bangalore, we want to see that this type of pillars will be there, or metro pillars. Definitely, we can make with the hydroponics and aeroponics this type of things. So This is my number. If anybody wants to contact, you can contact me definitely, and we'll set up also like whatever the way, like tailor-made things which you are. But as I said, you please don't say that I'm growing my vegetables, I'm not buying farmers' vegetables are not good. Please, this is my humble request, because I know what are the farmers. Farmers, their livelihood is depending on our vegetables. You grow your vegetables and plant just for your relish and your health. Not much to replace to the farmers. Thank you very much. This from my side.